Good morning, everyone. Just left the campsite. A little late start. The time is 10:09 Eastern Standard Time, I think. Whatever East Coast is. And lucky as extra bundle, I have my puffy jacket puffed up on top of her. Hoping to kick out maybe 10 miles today. We'll see how my feet do, because yesterday the little muscles between on the top of my foot, between the big toe and my second toe, were starting to get a little painful. So, hoping to kick out some big miles. Well, not really big, 10 miles, but more than what we were doing. And yep. Alright. Super green. It also rained last night. About 4 in the morning it started raining. Also about 4 in the morning. Heard some branches breaking, so I thought someone was getting a little close. So had my headlamp ready and a nice noisy pot just in case. And yeah. Just passing Cowart Gap. It's down there. We're going that direction. And yeah, we're gonna have to...
Well, no, it'll totally fall that direction.
Squish. It's so squishy.
Squish, squish.
This poor tree is no more. Got some crazy tree carnage here. Oh, looks all mangly. Look at all these mushrooms. Mushrooms. Not sure what they are. They remind me of turkey tail. This guy's been down for a while, covered in moss. Crazy, mangled. Just hiking, and then poor little buddy. I think it's a little shrew. Not sure what happened. I'm gonna shimmy him off the trail so he doesn't get trampled. So, bye, bud. So that little shrew, mouse, mole, it wasn't a mouse, but the little guy that was dead on the trail, I think maybe a snake got him and then got spooked and threw him up and wiggled off the trail to safety. So I don't know, it's sad, but somebody will be fed off of him. Can you hear that? This is how I filter my water. From the dirty bottle into the clean bottle. And I make sure my bottles look different so I know which one's gonna be dirty. Make sure it didn't get dirty. Top that off. It looks kind of discolored, but it is clean and drinkable. So, off to this back off over yonder. Take this off. Make sure if you do hike, carry a spare one of these little O-rings here. It comes with a spare. Take it with you because a lot of people end up losing these. They'll fall out after a while. So carry a spare. Long leader, and kind of maybe prop it up here. Nope, I guess I'll hold it. To Plum Orchard. We're not staying here, but there's a shelter here. Let's see on this side. Water, both directions. Okay. But over there, there's a nice little spot. Got more pine trees over here, which is crazy. They just came out of nowhere. and no pine for a while. Anyway, Plum Orchard Gap.
Like I started at the same spot. What was it called?
I got you in the video if that's
Gap,
okay.
that's
Okay.
Dick's Creek.
Dick's Creek. That's
Yeah,
right.
Dick's Creek.
Started there, and I only got like a mile in. And I was like,
Freshly cut.
you know, I ate this morning. I was tired. And
Blue Ridge Gap, Black Gap 3.1. That's where I came from. And that's where we're going. And this is where we are. It's kind of steep. So I'm huffing and puffing. Stopped for a little bit at this cool little bench. Must have, what was literally a tree cut in half. But so many people signed it, but it's a perfect spot to just lay down, sleep. Totally would. Cowboy camp. What are those? Look at these. These look like orchids. That's so cool. Is this like a Georgia mountain orchid or something? Wow. Sorry if you're not into plants, but I am. First silkworm on the trail. This little buddy right here. Doo-loo-loo. It's like magic. Oh my goodness.
that's crazy.
It's right above the trail. Look, right here. What's that? Up here. No, up there. I think that scared you more than anything. The famous Nurly burly tree. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's really neat shaped and something to remember up the trail. Hi. Well, as the sun goes down and the battery starts to die on the GoPro, I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys. We're finally in North Carolina, one state down, like 13 more to go. So, all right, we got a nice sunset. That is pretty.
What if we got a cloud? We need a few dimples out there. I'm not staying up to.
Okay, today I'm having Peak Refuel is the brand. Peak Refuel. I already popped it open. And butternut doll bot. And it looks delicious. So this is what it looks like after it's boiled up 300 milliliters of water. It calls for 1 1/3 cup or 10.5 ounces. Toss it in there, zip it up, and let it sit for 10 minutes. Instructions on the back.
I've had enough of this good time.
And this is what we got. Mm-hmm.
Sweet dreams.
Sleep tight. Neighbor. He's got the duplex tent also. But yeah, I think this one's a win. And the only qualm I might have about it is the dried chickpeas that are in here are kind of chalky a little bit. Not necessarily chalky, they just taste like dried chickpeas. But the flavor's great and delicious. Red lentils, chickpeas, rice, and butternut squash. Heck yeah. It's good. Alright, good night everyone. Good morning. Alright, back on the trail. We stayed at Bly Gap last night and just had a little campsite. Very windy, but there's one side that's all wind and the other side it's not as windy. But the uphills are gradual but kick your butt first thing in the morning. So, but it's good. It's beautiful up here. All this rhododendron makes for this pretty forest. We got our white blaze. Got sunshine this morning. Yes, it's gonna be a good day. It's already a good day. Woo.
I got a synthetic shirt.
National Forest Wilderness, closed to motor vehicles, motorized equipment, hand gliders, and bicycles. So if you have a hand glider, sorry. Nice little overlook. This is what's behind. Like you've been wandering around, living life. Ciao. Gonna stop here.
Yeah, I don't think we really gotta go too far downstream. I mean, hikers are gonna kill right there, so we're right here.
Stop, soak my feet, do a little laundry. It's really pretty.
That's cool.
Alright, taking a stop at this nice, beautiful stream. All these winding root system through here. Those are all roots. It's really pretty. Great sunshiny day. I'm gonna soak my feet downstream because everybody fills up their water upstream. So downstream, I'm gonna wash some of my clothes. I'm not gonna use soap. I'm just gonna pretty much rinse and scrub my clothes with some sand and whatnot. So get them a little more fresh. Mainly just a couple pairs of underwear and a pair of socks. So other than that, this wool shirt is amazing. Like wool and baking soda. That's my secret to not stinking on the trail. And I take these little coin towels that I use every night and get them a little wet and just wipe down my body with them. Don't use soap or anything, and then pat my pits with a little baking soda, maybe a little bit under my little breasticles. So under my bits, anywhere that might sweat a little bit and get a little stinky. Or oh, my Lanta, that is cold. Oh. Switch to my camp sandals. I'm gonna soak these achy feet. And I'm gonna do my underoos and my dirty bits. Clean them downstream. So. These are my Earth Runner socks. I have sandals called Earth Runners, and when it's real cold I can wear these, and it's pretty nice. It'll keep my feet warm and keep a lot of the dirt out. But yeah, so this is, I'm washing them in the stream. If you got like a real hard spot that might have something, you put a little sand, some rocks, scrub them up real good. So get these socks all nice and fresh. Went through some crazy storms in these, so they're kind of caked with mud. It's the main issue with these guys right now. And they dry decently quick in the sunshine. Okay, so Raven Rock Trail, and then you got Blue Blaze, White Blaze. He was just telling me if it goes one over here and one over that way, it means the blue is off to that side. If the white is all lined up, white means you just keep going straight. So blue would be that way and white would be that way. So White Blaze going that way, the other one going that way. So yeah, well, I probably would have ended up there.
If you look over here, it's
And now on the other side.
Shit's going right.
Oh yeah, so instead of going that way, it goes that way. Lucky did this water crossing like nothing.
This is where I hung the bear bag. We're at the Muskrat Creek shelter right now.
Oh, so Muskrat Creek shelter. You wouldn't know it because there's no signs right here, but it's not a shelter, but it's a sheeter. So Tags hiked this trail a couple years ago, and he has a story actually. So I'm just showing you about this. So this tree, this actual tree.
You see the claw marks right here? So they repainted over the blaze, but a couple years ago it was right on the blaze. But bears went up this tree after our food. There was a mom and 2 cubs, and they actually broke a branch off that was up farther, and it kind of fell down and it intertwined all the bags. And I think that rope may be one of the ropes that had to get cut that day.
So if you can see, there's a little bit of rope hanging.
So we hung
Down here up to here.
Yeah.
And then dangling straight down here.
We hung 4 bags in that tree that night.
That's
and they got
funny.
all tangled together, and I had to cut them down with my knife on my trekking pole. But 8 other food bags just came up missing that night.
Dang.
Yeah.
We read back in the trail logs on the Far Out app. It used to be called Gut Hook. And people commented that same year that 14 total, right?
Mm-hmm.
14 bags were taken, like bear bags. So imagine all your food just being gone.
Those are those claw marks from
Yep.
that night, though. That's... We were just talking about this tree. I didn't realize that was the one.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. Perfect. Well, stories. You see dangling line up in the trees. There's stories behind it. Okay. So did you guys lose your bear bag when you were out here?
We did not. So I was actually showing 2 other guys how to do the PCT style method. There was 4 of us total that hung our bags in this tree. The bears went after them, but we did not lose our bags. We had to cut them down the next day because they were all tangled together, but yeah.
Nobody lost their bag there?
The 8 bags that got lost were people that were wrapping around the tree.
Oh. And doing the Ursac? Or
No,
just having...
Just over a limb.
Oh,
and
the
then
regular
around. Just a
AT style.
regular
So
bear
hanging
hang.
it and then having their line come to the end of the...
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, you guys lucked out.
Yeah, PCT style hang works.
Do it. Learn the PCT style. Maybe I'll teach you guys. Give you guys a little class. So you know. Yeah, the PCT style seems really awesome because there's nothing the bear can really hang on to or really realize that they can grab onto. So, and it, yeah, you hang it out far enough and they can't get it. Cool. So this is the sheeter. The sign says sheeter. But man, look at this. This is a really nice shelter.
It is.
Guessing this is all the circle burn marks from
All the stoves.
all the hot stoves burning through. Jeez. Someone ditched their AT guide.
I slept right there.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I came out and I could see that tree and I could see the bears going after it. I see the tree over there.
Oh, all the way through.
Yeah.
A mangly tree.
Mm-hmm.
Camp Perry Experimental Training Facility. Interesting. Need some medicated body powder for the chafe. Or a 2021 AT guide. What's this guy? Somebody left a really kind of heavy Coleman stove. I wonder if it exploded. Or the hand sandy. Some fishing wire. Some goodies. And sign the log. Oh, I forgot to sign the log on the last spot. Nice.
Oh, it's all old and rusted.
That's great. A little chunk of history right there.
Yeah.
Sweet. Muskrat Creek Shelter. April of '95. U.S. Forest Service and the ATC. Appalachian Trail Conservancy. That's what ATC stands for. Nice. Big fire pit.
Got all the bottles so mice can't get to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Keep the mice from coming down to your
backpack.
Sweet. Cool. Some people are probably like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice little hang here for some clothes. Cool. Oh no, we're lucky we went exploring. There's all kinds of spots for tent sites. There's a privy way up there. Up there. There's a cute little poppy laying over here. In the grass. Look at you. All cute and stuff. I'm like a girl. Yeah. This is the way to be. Alright, Muskrat Creek Shelter. Alright. Our first sign. First sign of activity. Look, come here. Let me compare your size with this giant pile here. Yeah, it's bigger than her. Yeah. Go to Chunky Gal Trail, number 77, all the way down there. Run! Yeah! Oh, we were running really good earlier. Really good earlier. All done? You gotta go poop? Adventure pup. What'd you see? You see something? Best little puppy in the world. Heck yeah. Water, oak, gap. Well, there's no water. It's not really any oak. And it's not a whole lot of a gap. Yep. Sun puppy. I'm a good girl. A majestic beast. Beautiful. You say hello? Is there anything in there? Chilling out? She's just chilling. Deep Gap, 80 North. Heading that way. Foot travel welcome. Bicycles, vehicles, horses, and pack stock prohibited. Off this way. Looks like there's a parking lot down here. Oh, and I have since switched to sandals. Much better hiking sandals than shoes. Hike down here, take a rest. There's a shelter about a mile up from here. So once we hit the shelter, I think we'll figure out if we want to keep going farther or just call it a day. So we'll see. North Carolina Wildlife Bear Sanctuary. It explains all the poop and all the stories. Right, Luck? Yeah? Bears.
It's like way more purple too.
Check out all these flowers. And then there's this thing. What is it? I don't know. And then there's yellow version. And then there's a fly biting my leg. Ow! Flowers! Trail. Me. Lucky. Out. Making mac and cheese for the first time.
Yeah,
Boiling them noodles.
Yeah.
We got, I think it's called Annie's vegan mac and cheese.
That shit is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got some dried coconut milk to add to it. So we'll see. Yum, yum. Working on this MSR Deluxe Jet Boil. It's got its own little pezzo lighter. And the simmer is great. Okay. I didn't add or take away any water. I'm going to try to just dump this in.
Do you need that?
And this is the powdered coconut milk. We'll see how this goes.
Testing out the shelter. So yeah, that's good.
Let me make a mess. It's snowing. Okay. And then I'm just gonna
There's a
stir
cool
this up.
YouTube channel called Plant Chompers.
She was dubbed Fish. Fuck it, staying here. And the reason that it's one of my favorites is I came across this same girl so many times, just curled up in a bush or just somewhere, like, yeah, just like, I'm done. This is it. You know, like, it was great, yeah. I stumbled across her so many times, just
Really?
sprawled out somewhere.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, it was,
Fish.
yeah.
So this girl, Area 51, she, like, we asked her how she got her show name. She was like, I was on the top of Blood Mountain,
I made it.
just doing my thing, and this Christian woman comes up to me, and she's like, you're really far out there, and I want to name you Crystal, but that's like a stripper name, so I'll just say Area 51.
Oh my gosh!
Crystal.
I like that.
Far out there.
I don't know, because she likes, like, crystals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She tells it way better, but...
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's so funny.
That's
Only
funny.
she makes it.
Yeah.
She's carrying so much stuff.
Sounds like me when I first started.
She, like...
She like doesn't care though. Like she goes out of her way to make her pack heavier.
Sounds like how I used to be.
She has 8 days worth of food, she says.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
Ooh, yeah, this is so cheesy. Delicious.
Is that your tent?
I'm excited.
Sleeping bag.
Heck yeah. Dude, that thing's huge.
Yeah, it's a regular sleeping bag. I just had a tent bag. I sliced my tent up because it was weak.
All right.
I was like, okay, I'll make a tarp out of it.
Yeah.
So I used the bag to put my sleeping bag in.
Alright, so it was on photo instead of video. Take 2. Alright. First bite of vegan macaroni and cheese. In the wilderness. I've had this before and it's delicious. But out here, it's even better.
14 miles from the 100 mile mark.
Time for bed.
Time for a break.
You guys ready to see how I inflate my giant thermarest sleeping pad? This giant thing, I already started inflating a little bit. And then I realized I should probably show you guys. So, this is what I do. This is what I've learned on the trail. I have this nice big nylon foam pack liner. You can use a garbage bag too. But I do this. Make a nice big giant cotton candy type of ball here. Anyway, and then take my little nozzle and I put it up against and so my nozzle's kind of right in there. And all I do is just kind of la 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 as it slowly inflates. And it takes me only like 3 of these, so rather than 30 big deep breaths. And also this helps to limit the moisture that's inside of your sleeping pad. So if you sleep really cold, the moisture inside a sleeping bag can make it get even colder. So nice dry air is good to have in your sleeping pad. Whoop. And then I just make a little hole. Plop that in there. Nice loose single finger. Yep, just like that. And fill. Okay. One more thing. If you need to top off at the very end, if it's not like cushy enough, don't worry, just use your mouth. Like 2 breaths and you're good. I like mine nice and like stiff. So. Another fun trick. My sleeping bag, I actually got a sleeping quilt this time to test it out. I'm still kind of on the fence with it. I got a tickle in my throat. right there. I'm gonna just take a drink of water. These Sawyers are really great, especially on the AT. 2 1-liter bottles and one of these things. Make sure you have one bottle that's dirty and then another bottle that's clean water. So whenever you only put the dirty in here and then you pour, so this is always clean. And then if something happens to this, always fill your clean water first and always drink your dirty first, because otherwise if something happens to this, then you at least have a liter left. And yeah, so another cool thing is the Sawyer, it comes with an extra, well, it comes with a cap that goes on top of here. Underneath that cap is a spare, not necessarily a spare, but there's an O-ring in there. So if you lose your main one, you can last resort take off your, if you use the Sawyer cap, you can take off your Sawyer cap and use the O-ring in there. Otherwise, just carry an extra O-ring. One downer to this. Which isn't a huge deal, is every time you drink, it sucks smaller. And smaller. So to release that, you release a little bit here, and it lets air back in there. Anyway, back to what I was about to show you. So, my sleeping pad, or my sleeping bag. So I have a quilt, kind of on the fence about it, and comes with a stuff sack. Most quilts and sleeping bags come with about an 8-liter. I opt to get a 13-liter. So I got a 13-liter Sea to Summit Sill, I think it's the Sill Ultralight, something like that. Oh, Ultra Sill 13-liter. And what's great about this is I can stuff my sleeping pad in here, or my sleeping bag in here, and squish it down, get all the air out of there, and then once all the air is out of there, I have enough like space that I can shape and mold my sleeping bag to the bottom of my backpack. So it makes it a lot easier to pack and fit stuff into your backpack. So that is a fun little trick. This one's been in my bag for a while, so some of the air is kind of seeped in there, which they normally do over time. So, but this is what I usually do is I'll kneel on it. I'll have it folded over once, just a little bit. I'll kneel on it and squish out as much as I can. And then I'll fold it over 3 times. And then see how nice and flat that is. And then I can mesh and mold and shape it however I might need in my pack. So if I need to like shape it a weird shape, I can shimmy it in there however I need. So 13 liter instead of an 8 liter is usually perfect for sleeping bags and quilts. So, and this one's waterproof, so if something happens, if your pack liner gets a leak, I have this as a backup. Like I have this in my pack liner and then I put this inside here, even though this is waterproof. And anytime when you first get to camp, you want to set up your sleeping, or pick your spot for your tent. Set your tent up first thing. Get your sleeping pad and your sleeping bag out so that your sleeping bag or quilt, whichever you use, will be all nice and fluffed up. And by the time you're ready for bed later on, whenever you pull it out, you always want to fluff up if you have a down. Anytime I get any animal type product, I make sure they're ethically sourced and humanely treated and have a really awesome good life. So hopefully you guys do the same, or just go for synthetic. But I went for this because if I don't, I'm carrying a lot of extra weight. Also, these feathers were ethically sourced and were humanely treated, and they're not plucked from the actual animal. They come out of the old nests that have already been used. So that's one great thing about a lot of companies are doing that. So anyway, fluff it up right when you get home to your tent, and then you'll have a nice a lot better insulation in the evening, so you won't die and freeze at night. And if you're summer camping, it'll make for a nice fluffy, cushy, comfy bed. So, alright, that's it. Bye.